Oh, hi, hello, it's me, Randy. So, since March of last year, I've been working from home, and the great thing about that is that I've saved a lot of time and money by not having to drive all the way downtown. There were some days it took me over an hour to get home at night. But for me, it has been frustrating because I really liked my teammates, I liked my coworkers, we had a great dynamic. There were a lot of fun restaurants to eat at downtown, and so I do miss it. And working from home by myself all day, every day, has left me feeling kind of lonely and unfulfilled. But I do have a lot more free time now. And so I wanted to just take a step of faith and to do something to help me to connect with people and to follow my calling. And so this is my new channel. And what I want to do is very simple. I just want to teach from the Bible in about 5-minute videos. So for the first lesson, I want to talk about the biblical concept of commitment. And speaking of commitment, I'm reminded of one of my all-time favorite movies, the 1984 film, The Karate Kid. I love these movies where the main character overcomes the bully and the obstacles and the hardships. I remember that my mother took me to see this movie in the theater when I was 9 years old. And when the movie was over, I couldn't wait to get out into the parking lot and to practice the crane kick myself because I just thought it was amazing back then. Now as an adult, as someone that studied karate and as a second-degree black belt, I can tell you there is really nothing amazing about that kick, but back then it was great. At one point in the film, the main character, Daniel, is struggling with his motivation to start his training, and Mr. Miyagi asked him, "Are you ready to start your training?" And Daniel's answer is, I guess so. Now, being the great teacher that Mr. Miyagi was, he knew that this was a teachable moment, and so he told him that if you say no to karate, that's fine. If you say yes to karate, that's great. But if you say, I guess so to karate, you're going to get squished like a grape. The point was clear that if you're going to do karate, you have to be fully committed or you're going to get hurt badly. Now, Jesus addresses this type of non-commitment to a group of Christians in Revelation 3:15 through 16. He says, "I know your deeds, that you're neither cold nor hot. I wish you were either one or the other. So because you are lukewarm, neither hot nor cold, I'm about to spit you out of my mouth." Jesus wants us to have an on-fire commitment to him. He would even prefer us to be non-committed than to be, I guess so, Christians. Now this is pretty strong language, but Jesus is saying that if you're a lukewarm, fair-weather Christian, it makes him want to vomit. So what is a great example of Jesus' level of commitment? I think it's really encapsulated well in Luke 9:51. It says, as the day of his ascension approached, Jesus resolutely set out for Jerusalem. So why did he need to go to Jerusalem? It's because he was going to the cross to pay the penalty for our sins, to be scourged, to be beaten, and to be crucified on our behalf. And how did he approach this brutal task? He did it resolutely. What does that mean? One definition says it like this: in a determined or firm manner. In other words, Jesus was determined to go to a place where he knew he was going to suffer and die. He did this because he was totally committed to God's call in his life, and he was going to be obedient no matter what the cost was. That's the way he rolled. And probably why lukewarm faith makes him want to puke. So I ask you, how committed to Jesus are you? Are there roadblocks to your faith? Are there things that you're prioritizing over God? If so, what are they? Maybe it's a relationship that's standing in your way. Maybe it's the entertainment choices that you make, or just how much time you devote to entertainment in the first place. Maybe it's this divisive political climate that could have you clinging to bitterness and to hatred and to anger. Maybe you've stopped going to church due to COVID, and I'm going to tell you it's way past time to get back to church. Bottom line is, you need to ask yourself this question: are you resolutely setting out to live your life for God? Because Jesus isn't looking for people to sit on the fence. He doesn't want you to be an I guess so Christian. He wants you to be all in, on fire for him. That's my prayer for myself as well as for you. If you're struggling with your faith, send me a private message. I'd like to communicate with you, pray with you, encourage you in any way I can. Have a great day. God bless.